Ah, 17. Muy bien.
Yes, what is it?
Efectos agujeros de 2 milímetros.
The swallow, you mean? What about it? Great. Thanks. What? I hate it. Maybe I'd have to be on drugs to get it, but to a sober mind it just sounds like uninspired rug whipping. No idea what it has to do with either dancing or music. This is about those speed freaks in the tent, isn't it? I've got some news for you. It's not a nightclub they want to build here. Take a guess, why don't you? I can't believe they got you so easily. Go have another talk with those up-and-coming entrepreneurs, will you? Thanks.
Good luck. I'm not coming in there.
I see you've talked to them. Good. Drugs are illegal, and I'm not leaving this church. Especially because of some corrupt drug lab idea you cooked up in that tent.
Wonderful. Now this place is also going to be a drug lab. Always something fascinating happening in tents. No, don't mind me. Go on with your little project. I'm sure you can spin it as an undercover op. Many cops do.
Just to be completely clear, I am here to conduct a citizen's investigation into a radio anomaly, and I want nothing to do with the local vices of marginates. Got it? Thanks.
Difícil decisión. Difícil decisión.
In white, silver, and apricot faience, the young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She is impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad, a dark and radiant majesty. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on your hands from beyond the glass. The world is silent, but for the creaks and cracks of the massive wooden structure behind you, it covers you from the wind outside. In the darkness, you sense her eyes on you, inspecting you with their multicolored glass, as if you're a
Parece un
bug
bicho
under
bajo
a
un
microscope.
microscopio.
The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye of what? Compassion? Remorse? As that terrible word passes through your mind, The lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass.
Enciclopedia tengo. Sí, ya tengo uno acá. Visión espacial tengo.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Delorean Church of Humanity in Martinez.
Una
or
pequeña
the small
iglesia de
Pinewood
Pinewood,
Church in some
según
records.
algunos registros.
It's a minor landmark, not
Es
easy
un
to
punto de
find.
interés no muy
Most maps
fácil de
misplace it.
encontrar. No aparece
It
en la
was
mayoría
built
de los
not long after
mapas bajo la
Rebechol's
voz.
founding,
Se construyó
300
poco
or so
después
years
de la
ago,
fundación de
by first
Rebachol hace unos
generation
300
settlers.
años por colonos de la primera generación.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
Enciclopedia. ¿Y qué iba a hacer? ¿Verdad? Iba a subir enciclopedia. A ver, guardemos.
The mother of humanism stands above you, a precious and complex wax painting. Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears
Se ha
lodged
grabado en
in
tu
your
hipocampo. Es su
hippocampus.
inocencia,
This
Dolores
is
Day.
her
La inocencia del
Dolores
humanismo,
Day,
el
the innocence of
internacionalismo y el estado de bienestar.
internationalism,
Probablemente el
and
ser
the
humano más
welfare
famoso
state.
que haya existido jamás.
Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red
No
can
existe
wipe
cantidad
her
de Comodoro
sad
Rojo
smile
tal que
from
pueda
your
borrar
brave
su triste sonrisa
to
de tu
survive
córtex
the
cerebral.
deluge
Ha sobrevivido al
and hold you
diluvio y
still,
aún te acosa,
and will
y te
hold you
acosará para
forever,
siempre, tal
as
y
it
como hace
holds
con todos
all
los
men.
hombres.
Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it. Terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her. Good. Now back out of this corner of your mind by choosing the bottom option. To hell with this. You've been standing here long enough. Many things. You know she was a woman
Era
of
una
the
mujer de
court,
la corte,
the wife of
la
an
esposa de un influyente
Marquese,
marqués y
and
con el tiempo
eventually
la principal
the
consejera
principal
de Irene,
advisor
la
to
navegateur,
Irene, la navigateur,
reina de sureste.
Queen of Seren, modern day
En la
Sir
actualidad
Clay.
Sur la Clef.
Also that she was gorgeous beyond beauty. Draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under a long, slender form like this, dwarfed? past. It's a silo
Un
of
pozo de
sadness
tristeza fermentando.
fermenting. You should
No,
keep
debería ser
away.
mucho.
Terribly, women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently well to prove an interesting challenge to a man. A simple grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her
Aprovechó al máximo su
position
posición en la
in the
corte
court
de
visited
Doloriano,
by the
una corte
most
visitada
prominent
por los
thinkers and
pensadores y artistas
artists
más
of the
destacados
day.
de la época.
In
Se estaba
secret, she was
convirtiendo en
becoming
secreto
the
en
era's
en la
preeminent
filósofa
philosopher
más
of the
influyente
state,
del Estado en
a
su época,
scalpel,
un
a
bisturí de
piercing
mirada
gaze.
penetrante.
She was an almost
Era una persona de
preternaturally
un
magnetic and
magnetismo e inteligencia
intelligent
casi
individual.
sobrenaturales.
To her
Fue
contemporaries,
una
she
adelantada a
appeared
su
out of
tiempo, una
time, a
mensajera del
messenger
futuro de
from the
nuestra
future
especie.
of the
Todos nos
species.
enamoramos
We all
perdidamente de
fell
ella.
in love with
Incluso
her.
antes de ser
Yet,
nombrada
over the years,
inocencia, su
even
influencia
before
era
she was
enorme.
declared an innocence, her influence was tremendous. It was on her advice that Irene Le Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale. A costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world, the piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting
Poniendo en
in
marcha lo
motion
que se
what is widely
consideraría la época
considered
más grande de
the
la
greatest
historia, la era
in
doloriana.
history, the DeLorean era. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments
Filamentos dorados
lighting the
iluminaron la
already
cámara
sunlit
ya
chamber
iluminada por el
around
sol,
her,
claramente visibles
clearly
debajo de su
visible
vestido.
beneath her dress. 300 years ago,
300
in the
años tras
wake
el
of the
descubrimiento de esta
discovery of
isla
this
en su India
Isola, the
por
Insulindia,
exploradores del
by
continente de
explorers
Mundi,
from the
ella
continent
es,
of
entre
Mundi.
otras cosas, la
She is,
inocencia del
among
viaje
other things, the innocence of interosolary travel
interinsular.
and the connected world. The highest
El
category
cargo más
of
alto que
historic
históricamente
individual,
puede
an
alcanzar un individuo, la
embodiment of the
encarnación del
world spirit.
espíritu mundial.
More, an innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedent that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocent rule should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are
Decisiones
not
que toman no
decisions.
son decisiones,
They
son
are
inevitabilidades. Habrían
What would have
ocurrido de
happened
todos modos,
anyway,
solo que lo
only
hacen antes,
accelerated,
en cuestión de décadas
packed
en
into
lugar de
decades
siglos.
instead of
Una inocencia es
centuries.
un
An
acontecimiento
innocence is
continuo,
a continuous,
comprimido,
compressed
un ser
event,
humano
a
sagrado.
sacred
Vivir bajo
human
su
being.
mandato es un
It
honor
is
y
an
algo
honor
glorioso.
and a glory to live when one is in office. No, we are alone. As did we all. The lands of the Mesk and the
Incluso
Occident,
Supramundi, en
and
total
even
21 de
faraway
las 40
Supramundi,
naciones de Mundi en
altogether
esa época
21 of the
aceptaron
40
inmediatamente el
Mundial
gobierno de
nations of the
la
time
inocencia, incluso antes de
immediately
su
accepted
coronación.
inacentic rule. Even in a city called
En una ciudad
Advesperasit,
llamada
in Vesper Messina, her homeland, the name of the city means evening comes,
En
but
Vesper Messina,
Habano
su
winter's
tierra natal,
morning,
el nombre de
with the
la ciudad
canals
significa
frozen and
atardecer,
slush
aunque
falling
sucedía
out
en
of the
una
sky.
mañana de invierno con los canales congelados y granizo cayendo del cielo.
She was dressed in a white and pearl
Llevaba un
dress
vestido blanco y
on an
perlado.
emptied out plaza,
La plaza estaba
with the
vacía,
crowd
con la multitud
far
muy lejos de
away.
ella, ya que sus
Already, her
terriers,
Theriers,
el
the
servicio
secret
secreto de la
servicemen of
inocencia,
the
estaban
innocents,
preocupados
were
por un
worried
posible
about
intento de
an
asesinato.
assassination attempt. Oh yes, she looked like humanity's
Parecía la
young
joven
mother,
madre de
a
la humanidad,
perfect
una madre
mother,
perfecta,
insultingly beautiful. It
insultantemente
was
hermosa.
as if her
Era como si
face,
su rostro,
shoulders, and
hombros y manos
hands were
estuvieran
covered in a
cubiertos
soft
por un
down
suave
of
chal de
under
plumón.
feathers. You know this
Y
well,
esto tú lo
very
sabes,
well.
pero que muy bien.
Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her terriers placed a white gold
Pero
wreath
los
on her head.
adoquines en torno a
The
ella. Un
crowning was
pequeño grupo
mostly
de
witnessed
agentes
by
se quedó
Secret
de
Service
pie
men.
mientras sus terriers le colocaban una corona de oro blanco sobre su cabeza. La coronación fue presenciada en su mayor parte por su servicio secreto.
One of the men in
Uno de
the
los hombres de su
Secret
servicio
Service
secreto
killed
la
her.
mató. 22 años
22
después, un
years
joven que
later,
llegó a la conclusión de
a
que
young
Dolores
man
Day no era
come to
completamente humana,
suspect
sino
that
algo
Dolores
más.
Day was
¿Qué?
not entirely human, but something that had walked
Algo
in
que había
our
habitado entre
midst,
nosotros
watching
observándonos
us
tropezar
stumble for
durante cientos de
hundreds,
años,
if not
si no
thousands of
milenios,
years,
hasta que
until
decidió
it decided to
interferir en el
interfere,
curso de nuestra historia.
interfere
Se
in the
suponía
course
que
of
lo
our
haríamos nosotros
history.
mismos.
We were
Se
supposed to
dijo,
come up with this
que le gritó el
ourselves.
hombre a
The
la
man was
inocencia.
reported to have screamed at the innocents. Dolores Day was
A
shot
Dolores Day
in
le
the
dispararon en el
chest with a
pecho como una
fowling
escopeta
piece
de caza 8
8
veces.
times.
El hombre
The
que
man,
parecía estar
thought to
loco,
be
confesó
insane,
que una vez
said he
la
once
había
touched
tocado
her
y que
and
su
her
cuerpo
body
estaba
had
caliente de una
unnaturally
forma
warm,
antinatural,
like a furnace,
como un
and that
horno, y que a
sometimes,
veces mientras
while on
estaba de
duty,
servicio
he
la veía
observed her
olvidarse de
forgetting to
respirar
breathe
durante más
for
de
over
10
10
minutos.
minutes. This inhuman
Esa
quality was
conducta
witnessed
inhumana
by many
también la
others as
presenciaron
well,
muchos otros,
glowing
y lo
lungs
de
and
los
all.
pulmones
It is
resplandecientes,
commonly
y todo eso
attributed to
normalmente
mass
se atribuyen
hysteria
a
and
histeria de
religious
masas y
psychology.
psicología religiosa.
But she was
Pero
not
ella no
hell.
tiene nada de diablo, es
She
lo
is the
opuesto, el
opposite
viento
of
del
that,
paraíso que
the
deshoja
wind
los
of
corazones de
paradise,
los hombres.
stripping away the covers from the hearts of men. There you stand, below her once more, with your hands on your side.
Interesante, visión espacial ahora. Visión espacial.
The mother of humanism stands above you.
42 ya. Pero guardemos, guardar partido una última vez.
The mother of humanism stands. The shards glimmer in. The mother of humanism stands up. The shards glimmer.
Ah,
The mother of humanism stands up. The shards.
ah.
The mother of humanism stands. The shards glimmer in.
¿Y eso qué es 42?
The mother of humanism stands above. The jigsaw of
Bien.
broken shards falls into
Un
place in
rompecabezas de
front of you.
fragmentos rotos se
The
encajan
ghostly
ante ti.
reconstruction of the
Una
stained glass.
reconstrucción fantasmal de la vidriera
Before it was
antes de ser
shattered, there was an
destrozada.
old
Había una
woman
mujer
with a
mayor
yellow
debajo de la más joven
and a text.
y un texto
A
en
leitmotiv below
leitmotiv
them both.
bajo ambas.
The escutcheon on her
En el
throne
blasón de
says,
su trono
Irene
reza
the
Irene la navegante.
She is
Está
depicted
representada
as an
como
older
una
woman
anciana con
wearing
gafas de
thick-rimmed
montura gruesa,
eyeglasses,
sosteniendo un
holding a golden
Reichsafel
Reichsapfel
dorado
in one
en
hand
una mano
and a
y un
scepter
cetro en la
in the
otra.
other.
Esta es
This
la
is the
reina
queen,
a la
her
que
innocence,
aconsejaba su
Day
inocencia,
advised.
su inocencia de ella, por
She
encima de ella
herself
misma,
is
al
whole.
completo.
Small figures of wise
Pequeñas figuras de sabios
common
hombres
men,
comunes y adoradores
worshippers walk
suben
up
las
the stairs
escaleras
to
para
stand at her
arrodillarse a
feet.
sus pies. El
Secret
servicio
Service men,
secreto, los
there he
terriers,
is, standing in a row
la protegen,
guarding her.
situados en fila.
It must have
Habrán
taken
tardado
years
años
to
en
produce
parir
this work
semejante
for
obra
its
con
dizzying
tan vertiginoso detalle. ¿Qué dice Leva?
Below both women,
Bajo las dos mujeres, en letras luminosas, après la vie mort. Après la mort. La vie de no veau.
and then along the left
Y
side,
luego a lo largo
après le
del lado
monde,
izquierdo, après le monde, le gris.
après le gris,
Après le gris,
monde nouveau.
le monde nouveau.
Death,
La
life
muerte
again.
renace.
After the world,
Renace la vida.
the pale. After the
Tras el
pale,
mundo, la
the
palidez.
world
Tras
again.
la palidez, renace el mundo.
This exaltation is common
Este
in
tipo de
Dolorian
exaltación es muy
sacralism.
común en el sacralismo doloriano.
In the early
Incluso
years,
se
it was
estableció
even
como lema de la
incorporated as the
MCR en los
Elysium
primeros
story.
años, pero ya no.
No more, however. It was deemed subservient
Se estimó
to use a
servil
strongly
utilizar un
moral
lema
intent
tan
related
fuertemente
motto.
intermoralista.
We already suspected of bootlicking. The sentence was also seen as too feminine. It was a macho thing. Justice, union, prudence, and force. So do I.
¿Qué hizo Nico Sapidrino?
Unknown.
Es una incógnita.
A motor carriage,
Un carruaje motorizado, un disparo, alguien se cayó encima, o tal vez solo fueron
or maybe
unos
just
gamberros buscando algo
looking
que
for
romper.
something to break.
Retroceder.
The mother of humanism
La
towers
madre del
above
humanismo
you.
se alza sobre ti,
A
una
wax
pintura
painting
a
on
la
a
cera
cracked
sobre
pane of glass.
sobre una
Nothing
hoja
has
que la
changed
gritada, su
in her
expresión no ha cambiado.
expression.
Uf, ahora no sé a quién le voy a dar este lugar. Acá podría utilizar esa cosa del chica, ¿verdad? Creo esa cosa que... Si le doy el gorro me aumentará. Pero no quiero darle ninguno. ¿Qué? Tantos, ¿eh? Magnesio. Plata. Ahora les prometí a esos tipos que les iba a dar.
Hello again.
¿O en cuánto tengo empatía? Te lamento nomás. ¿Cuánto tengo? Probabilidad 14,8. ¿Tengo algo que me dé empatía? ¿Tendré algo que me quite empatía?
Hello again.
17. Si le subo uno más, guardar partida, podría.
Hello again.
28. Hagamos la prueba.
The device is
Yeah.
cold to the touch. An angular Omicron logo adorns the yellow plastic.
Bueno, lo intenté. Sigamos investigando, ya después vengo a hablar con estos tipos. No, no puedo poner acá. Bueno, ya estuve en el límite, entonces sería cuestión de bajar un poco. ¿Dónde es esto? Ya es donde están los niños. Pero había algo más, creo. Yo me subí porque había más camino por acá, ¿verdad? Estoy casi seguro de que sí vi. Me habré ido por de casualidad. Ya son las 9. Es donde estaban los cazadores. Creo que he estado acá. Creo que sí. Sí.
A familiar apparatus lies among the reeds. Another one of Morel's traps, weighed down by stones to keep it in place. Behind you, a ruined residential building looms over the reeds, shielding them from the wind. They rustle confidentially, in tune with the pitter-patter of the rain. When this district was booming, the reeds were kept at bay. Nothing obscured the freshly painted facades. Nowhere for
Había
drunks and
lugares para que
adventurous
borrachos y
teenagers
los
to
adolescentes
hide.
aventureros se escondieran.
Now only the wind blows. This trap is also full of panicked locusts. No sign of any cryptozoological beast inside.
Another empty trap. Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it. These are just crab traps, you do realize?
This is the trap Morel just. The reeds by the abandoned campsite hiss and shake in the lazily falling rain. It's good the cryptozoologists left. This isn't a very cozy place to stay night after night. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp can still be seen in the sand. The fire that's gone out. You feel strange, somehow. Nothing but locusts in this trap as well. Definitely no cryptozoological monstrosity.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done. Of course. Noted.
¿Dónde estaba el otro? Al sur, falta una más, que está supuestamente más abajo y un poco a la izquierda. Acá no tengo... No se explica muy bien las direcciones, ¿no? Quiero decir, no hay norte, no veo que algo me señale o algún puntero que me diga que algo es norte. Aquí estaba el padre y su hijo. No lo puedo abrir todavía.
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. I can feel it. The wind is turning southeast. What's on your mind, officer?
Por cierto, ese de ahí es mi carruaje motorizado.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? This calls for a funeral, if you ask me. Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all? Quite odd. Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least. Oh, yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere. Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example.
You like the Capri funeral idea?
Encontramos esa última caja y queda. Columbius. Mira eso de ahí.
This is it. The scene of the party. The fire pit. Cigarettes and empty bottles all evidence it. Looks like they were here a while.
Bastante
Judging
tiempo
from
aquí.
all the bottles, the sunken motor carriage provided them a focal point, like a goose ice sculpture
No, una
or a
fuente de
chocolate
chocolate.
fountain.
Looks like it. Hey, let's keep moving, detective.
Somehow, he doesn't want to dwell on it.
Plata y más plata.
It takes you a moment, but finally, you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. The broken stalks seem like a rebuke. The sound of the city hums in the east. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again, always the cold. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locust. No phasmid either, but still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy.
La red está un poco
Messier
deshecha,
than
más
others.
descolocada
Like
que en
someone
las
or
otras.
something picked
Como
up
si
the trap
alguien
and shook it
o algo
before
hubiera
dropping it
cogido la
back down
trampa y
on
lo
the
hubiera
ground.
sacudido antes de tirarla de nuevo al suelo.
Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoologists to figure out now. We're not cryptozoologists. We're cops.
Ah, esto es para poner el puente, creo, ¿no? No, ¿dónde es esto? Ah, sí, este es el puente. Creo. No, ¿cómo no me había dado cuenta de esto? Y acá había... Parece que saqué todo.
The old woman. The buzz of electric lights blends together with the slow rumble of the ocean waves at night.
Yes, I can't really sleep anymore.
Ocurre cuando te
Only a
haces
few
mayor.
hours a night. It happens when you grow older. My suggestion is don't. Don't grow any older than you already are. That's old enough. What's troubling your mind? I can wash it for you, but it's going to take about a half an hour. Think you can stay put for that long?
No, we must run around ceaselessly. It would be torture to stay put.
I could use a breather. It's been another track and field day.
Well, hand it over then, and I'll see what I can do. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you take better care of it than its last owner.
Me la dio. Todo me quita empatía.
The legend! He's back. And firstly,
Tequila sunset.
My jacket?
A look of consternation crosses the man's face. He looks at you, then at his bottle, then back at you.
What the fuck are you talking about, Tequila? Faum? That's medium concept stuff, not my style at all. I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe you should lay off the booze. It's fucking with your head.
It becomes abundantly clear to you how this man managed to lose his keys, business, friends, and girlfriend. I'm calling it. It's neurological.
That shit is so medium concept, I wouldn't touch it with a stick. But yeah, okay. Sure, it looks great on you.
It's an okay jacket, if you are into that look. Okay, let's step aside for a second. I have something I want to talk about.
Don't call her.
There's no waking him from his stupor. His mind is elsewhere.
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you about your sense of style. I'm glad you finally started dressing a little more like an officer of the RCM. Keep it up.
Your half-brother is proud to stand beside you. The lieutenant regards you for a moment, unsure whether you're making a joke or not, and if so, whether he should acknowledge it.
Right, detective. You are one regular cop. You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world.
Sí. De estilismo de un 4. De moda de alguien que viste como un corredor de tip top.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, detective.
A warm smile.
Anyway, we should probably get back to the case. Let's go.
Bueno, yo ya me voy a dormir.
It's getting late, and it's raining. Time to call it a day.
Ajá.
Good night, officer. We'll meet in front of the shack in the morning.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see the reflection of your face in it, such as it is. A regular, clean-shaven police officer.
Tengo algo de enciclopedia.
An old mirror hangs on the wall.
Guardo partido.
An old mirror hangs on the wall. It's like the
Ya
rest.
sabía, la primera siempre es.
An old mirror hangs on a wall. It belongs in the new.
Pertenece a la nueva, la tercera década del siglo actual. Había pasado suficiente tiempo desde el fracaso de la revolución para que durante un efímero instante pareciera que la economía del libre mercado fuera a ser el estilo de vida definitivo e indiscutible para nuestra especie. Las cosas iban bien, viento en popa. La gente diseñó interiores y fachadas teñidas de oro y champán para adaptarse mejor a los tiempos, dando lugar al hombre del nuevo estilo. Pero lo que es más importante, surgió la música disco. Para Revachol, tu ciudad significó una sola cosa: Guillaume le Million. En algún lugar de Revachol oeste, de una deslumbrante espiral de música disco en una boite de nuit, al aire libre, la melena rubia de Guillaume apareció en pantalla. Cantó unas cuantas chorradas, luego hizo la expresión. Hay un vasto océano de tiempo entre la hora y el momento en que la expresión te quedaba bien, a ti o a cualquiera. 2 décadas si confiábamos en el calendario. La humanidad ha encallado en ese tiempo. Ahora el mundo es diferente, la expresión es una reliquia. Encandeló a todo el mundo. Puede que creyeras que al imitarlo se te negaría algo de tu carisma. A lo mejor fue así. Pero desde luego que si lo hizo, ya se te ha pasado. No queda más que la mueca. Es un chasquido para espolear al caballo. Se emplea en gran medida en el mega éxito regional de Guillaume le Million. Don't worry, you're pretty little head.
Sometimes you like to add finger pistols to the mix, because, unlike Guillaume le Million, you are a police officer. It's your nifty little way to say, I'm armed and dangerous. You have some understanding of the near history of disco, plus the trivia you've picked up along the way. Episodic memory, however, remains in the dark. It may never return. You should prepare yourself for that. It doesn't have to be. You can swoon over Guillaume and his champagne-corked smile whenever you want to. Maybe some of the stardust will return. On the table, you see a bowl of water, a rough soap, and next to it, a small hand mirror. The water reflects back a vague image of your clean-shaven face. Despite the bulbous nose, unkempt hair, and persistent swelling, you look a little younger, maybe. The water reflects back a vague image. An old mirror hangs. The bed is comforting, if a bit run down. Still, you've earned a rest. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft and sheets warm. It only takes you moments for the world to fall away.
Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street.
Corner.
Recorded in you.
Todo grabado en ti para siempre en cinta magnética.
On Faraday.
Sigue y sigue durante incontables horas. En la discoteca en la que le pediste por primera vez que bailara contigo, ascendiendo sobre la oscura curvatura. La gran curvatura del sueño tachonada de estrellas.
Above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars.
Behold,
Y aquí que hay millones de ellos ahí abajo, la primera vez, la última vez, el humo en su boca, las flores en las macetas, los rostros girando, cambiando. Es el mundo, pequeño Harry, y tú estás hecho de él. Cada día que estás ahí afuera sacas más provecho de él. Me temo que ya no se puede deshacer.
You make more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit.
beautiful. It's stuck on loop, whirling, spitting out words and images.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister, a ceaseless agent, picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes.
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book you are. The map of a city.
You'll go insane if you keep
Adelante con
going
esto.
like this.
Un día más y te
One
sentarás en la
more
mesa de los
day,
chiflados, estoy
and
seguro.
you'll be
¿Y
in
para
the
qué, hermanito?
loony bin. I just know you will. And for what, brother man?
For the working class. For the money, baby. For the greater good. For Revacon. Always and only Revacon.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Crossing names off lists. Trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in her mouth. There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. he still doesn't see that it's the world changing around him.
He's got no idea what he's in for.
'Cause only love can break your heart. Beep, beep, beep! The alarm is ringing, Harry! The disco circus goes on and on! You barely slept 3 hours last night!
Do it for the wind. Good. You're up. Listen, there's something that's been bothering you for a few days now. It's a suspicion, or a feeling really, that things are not quite in hand around here. Every day, things seem to spin more and more wildly out of control. The center isn't holding, and despite your efforts to moderate and contain these energies, things only seem to be getting worse. Oh sure, you've been making progress on your case, interviewing people, solving side tasks. But who's focusing on the big questions? But have you ever seen them? How do you know they're even there? More importantly, how do you know they aren't waiting for your participation? You've got to find out who bears la responsabilité. The most awesome, terrible thing. It is human nature to crave la responsabilité and to deny it. That's why it must be distributed across many different organizations, agencies, offices, and portfolios. Harry, you're thinking about this too narrowly. La responsabilité isn't concerned with trivial questions like who killed who. It's about the real issues, the human welfare index, the price of staple goods, the transition to real democracy. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This isn't some kind of dictatorship. You can't simply seize la responsabilité for yourself. It must be given by a legitimate authority, like a committee.
Como un comité.
Only the most even-keeled minds in Martinez. Your half-brother, the lieutenant, is a natural place to start. Together, you'll be able to discover who has la responsabilité in Revachol, and, if necessary, you'll have the wisdom and expertise to assign it among yourselves. Most likely, your findings will be collected in a report, which will be carefully reviewed by your superiors. Once they've reviewed it, those same superiors will produce a set of recommendations to be taken up at the next meeting of the Standing Committee. Rest assured, no matter what happens, it will be done through the proper channels. Good luck. Your report is eagerly anticipated.
Vayamos al pueblo principal y veamos si hay algo nuevo que hacer ahí.
Typical Martinez streetlight. All the old... Typical Martin... You see rows of toy soldiers. Try to find something pretty and cool here. Then use it to win her back. Yes. Buy something nice. A figurine. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. This set of soldiers isn't meant to look...
You're probably talking about the revolutionaries. I think their poverty has been exaggerated for effect. When you place them next to the royalists, it doesn't seem like they could possibly win. I don't know either set very much, to be honest.
Bueno.
Hello, hello. Let me...
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Retórica. ¿Tengo retórica? Sí, ya lo tengo. Tengo algo acá de retórica.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
28.
You keep coming back. That's good, officer. Keep browsing those clothes, keep saving that economy. Gotta prepare for springtime, right?
The speakers below are banged up and worthless. The sneakers triumph over.
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed. The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet. You don't know?
No.
What kind of cop are you?
The question was rhetorical. The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertnay.
Besmatine, or the Besmati, the Immortals, are West Rivisholian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for
Son
the
conocidos como
non-verbal modus operandi.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive. Murder? Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged. He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Ah, this sounds like epistemology, a field so occupied by thought that it begins to question thought itself.
Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can one be sure that there truly is a body hanging behind a hostel?
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter?
No reply. The blonde rebel scratches his chin, deliberately not focusing his gaze on anything. He looked...
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
El otro chico también se ilumina un auténtico artista del futuro como hoy, ¿no?
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat. But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, like, have some questions about skulls or some shit? We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them. Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now? Mm-hmm. What about them? Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message. What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow.
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it. To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though, you get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Yes? What is? What are you implying? I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Neither. Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements. Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Guardamos.
That ride is fucking lightning.
Hey, piss. Look who it is.
No, no, no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
What? No. Skulls don't have kings. I think. And we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the Skulls. You're destined to go far.
He gets it. Passive
Adulación pasivo-agresivo.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
You got it. No need for cruelty.
Oh, man. Okay, I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
Fuck.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you. This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jacket will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Cold-hearted cop.
Do. I'm fine with that.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with his written on his back, it'd just be an individual that has taken a liking to urine. And fuck the world, all on its own, is, frankly, generic.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Teatralidad, autoridad.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. A metallic drawer slides out. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its... In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but catch your eye. Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something
Momento para admirar
doesn't
la
mean you
pieza
can't
de
take a moment
maquinaria.
to admire this piece of machinery. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Canema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look? 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
$7.2. Supercharged.
Saying these words brings him immense joy.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Put some zing into it. Flare it up. Slam it down.
Sorry, I'm not following you.
Lingo it up.
No, that's porno, too.
Use bigger words.
Porno. That's short for pornography.
The sole purpose of pornography is to stimulate one's visual sense to evoke sexual arousal. The same is true with the modifications you're proposing.
That's a negative on the porno. Thank you, though.
Still here. Stuck in this damn jam, my man. What's up?
Empatía. ¿Tendré algo más que momente?
An old monument. The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph, in her hands, no response, wherever. The woman still has her eye, no response, wherever this woman is. No response, wherever this woman is. Your words fail.
Radio de fondo.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big, heavy Grad-made machine is well kept for such an old machine. The windows are clear. They've been recently washed. Right to work!
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Is
The tear machine your bottles clunk into the machine.
Hello, compatriote.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
Behind the dockworkers, a ceiling height window. The
Aún
hawthorn
no es la hora.
branches. The man ponders his cooking utensils and gives you a little nod. You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue.
Hi again, gendarme. Bye-bye, gendarme.
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out. I hope we haven't been too much trouble for you.
Truly a lot of legwork. My partner adores these kinds of things.
Here, I want to give you a small token of my gratitude. It's a tie, Mexican origin. The pin is an antique, quite special.
The little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian skull with 8 eyes. You could ask her about this when you get the time. It's probably a cryptid, but the phasmid, of course, is more important.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old woman's ramblings.
Ramblings? Nonsense. Your description of the phasmid is the most precise I've ever heard.
darling, I didn't even get the size of it right.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to describe. Now go on. Tell our friend about it. He's proven his interest in the field.
Reflexively, the lieutenant read his familiar notebook.
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember. When, all of a sudden... I'm getting ahead of myself. I was 5.5 in Betancourt in the suburbs. My grandmother had a summer home there.
Betancourt got bombed in the war. It used to be quite near, circa 20 kilometers from here.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a living thing. It stood up and looked at me. Its body unfolded like some antique toy. I've never seen anything like it.
She had no fear, just surprise.
I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of reed, but it moved, swaying, towering above me. After a while, 20 seconds, a minute maybe, it left, went into the reeds. I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water. I couldn't see it anymore. I was just standing there knee-deep in mud, looking around me.
Where did you go? Don't go.
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were looking at me. Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd seen. For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys, that sort of thing. Of course, most people just took it as a strange, amusing anecdote. So did I, honestly. But then I met Morel.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the Insulindian phasmid I've ever heard. The sounds. She told me it hissed.
It did, yes. Like reeds in a gust of wind.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. It matched perfectly with what I know from other accounts. It was amazing. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored my faith in my profession.
Our first, yes. It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. To me, it seemed to be taller than I was then, but That's probably not the case.
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with beige, where the camouflage ends. How could she? Who imagines this? She didn't know about the phasmid. This is the main thing here, what makes it a confirmed sighting. She had no previous knowledge of the insect.
That's true, yes. I'm almost certain neither my mother nor my grandmother knew of it. It was only when I started telling my story as a teenager that boys would tell me, Lena, you trying to tell us you saw the Insulindian phasmid out there in those reeds? Get out of here. They just give me a cider and ruffle my hair and tell me to stop dreaming. But I saw it.
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
You're welcome, sweetie. I do appreciate the chance to relive it whenever I get one. It was just such an impossibly sunshiny day.
And she could get up and walk right into the reeds on her own, into the mud, anywhere.
Can I help you? What is this thing? What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem. This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here. You'll live till 90, or you get a heart attack from running.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man.
The Whirling's not a charity or a musical therapy clinic. It's a commercial establishment. You're going to scare away the customers. It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of '44. A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke. It's not for bands, it's for clients. Some clients, okay? Not you. Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape you've just given him. He begins to frown. Hard.
Fine, fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Oh yeah, time to do the damage. The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pellets creak under your feet. You feel a little dizzy, a little unsteady suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
It's still early here. Faint daylight is seeping into the dining hall. All the tables have been wiped pristine clean for the customers to come. Someone's making coffee in the kitchen, but aside from that, No one's really around yet. It would be a much better idea to perform in the evening, no? Yes, you can always do it in the evening. It will be less scary with a lot of people.
I can see that.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where's your hands? Where do you put your hands? Does someone feel like throwing up? I do. A little.
Very generous of you to help us out, officer. I'm sure glad to be back from that little excursion. I mean, officers.
I couldn't possibly shower thanks on you as enthusiastically as my wife has, but I am grateful for your assistance, officer.
He tries to play it cool, remain professorial, but inside, this man is itching for some news on those traps.
Good. Okay. And? Completely empty?
Surprise, tempered with fear and trepidation. He doesn't know what to think yet. Maybe you're joking?
No locusts? No phasmid either?
That's not ideal, but...
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Of course, more clever.
Yes, the Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news, though we'll have to reconsider the design of the traps, make them more secure.
Another trip to the Reeds.
Of course. Be sarcastic. Unless you have an alternative hypothesis you'd like to venture, mine stands, okay? Actually, no. Excuse me for getting emotional. This is a big deal for us. You've helped us twice now, and brought some great news too. My gratitude, and the gratitude of the Société Cryptozoologique de Ravachol, is yours.
Heartfelt gratitude. But does it feel like closure? What really happened? Some kind of foul play might be afoot. Theft?
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation here. This has been refreshing, but...
Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though shaken. Most likely the hands of a young person. Hands small enough to fit inside the trap, too.
Kids, what would a child want with bags?
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long. Kids love to torment insects almost as much as they love to torment old folks.
Delinquents, my favorite.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please let us know whatever you turn up. I have a feeling we're getting so close.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place. Let's play suzerainty, but no more field trips for me.
Really, Gary? We're getting somewhere here. I'd love to play suzerainty, but...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little mutants around here. Leave anything out in the open and they'll steal it, even if it's bugs. Morel, it's been fun, Really. But I need a bath, and I have deliveries to handle. When this tea is done, I gotta run.
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more than helpful. We'll have to take a rain check on that game of Sue's rain tea today, though.
He keeps the language unemotional, but it's in there.
Decepción.
Disappointment.
Guardamos, guardar partida. Y ahí me quedo yo por hoy. 23. Nos vemos.